Hello, everyone. For this week's module, the topic is lighting. We're going to start our lesson by talking about lighting design and its ties to sustainability. Then we'll move into a more scientific description of light. What is it? We'll talk about all the different metrics used to measure light and also talk about illumination levels and how much light should be provided to your space. We'll end this module with a short discussion on daylighting. What is daylighting? Why do we use it? And what does it make our buildings feel like? So let's start out by talking about lighting design. As humans, we interact with a building primarily with our visual senses. It's very true that it is a multi-sensorial experience, touch, feel, smell, maybe even taste. Probably not. Uh, and in fact, in a previous module, we talked a lot about thermal comfort. But it's true that we see buildings, all right, and exist in a visual environment. An architect then will create that visual environment by molding the form of the building and also controlling how light hits that form. Lighting design has close ties to sustainability. A quality lighting environment, one that provides great lighting for its users, has a number of characteristics, but one of them is that the systems we choose must protect the environment and conserve energy. This fits neatly with our first sustainability priority to reduce energy use. Now, the sustainable lighting design has this three-tier approach, very similar or working with the three-tier approach that you were introduced to in the first chapter of this textbook. And the first tier is, again, um, decisions that are made early in the design process and have the most impact on your design. For lighting, those tier one decisions have to do with geometry, where you place the lights, and also with the color of the finishes and how the light reflects about your space. Daylighting, which we'll talk about at the end of this lecture, is a kind of a tier two decision. Made after the tier one decisions, but and have slightly less impact on sustainability. And finally, electric lighting, which we're going to talk about in next week's module, is a tier three design decision. Why is lighting and the electricity it uses so tied to sustainability? Well, it's because lighting consumes about 15% of the electricity in commercial and residential buildings here in the US. That's a fairly large chunk. And let's take a look at it. On the left, we have commercial buildings, and you see the lighting on the far left. That's 17% of that building's energy use. On the right-hand side, we see residential electrical use, and lighting is one, two, three, four down from the top here. Sorry, I know that's very small. And it's this piece right here, which is roughly 11% of the building's use, only exceeded by HVAC, so heating, air conditioning, and also in this case, water heating. But the amazing thing is that the 17% electrical use for commercial buildings is a small number. Take a look at this. Only 10 years before, that number for lighting was up at 38%. There's been a radical drop due to both the efficiency standards and some new technology. The efficiency standards are working, and the lighting use in your buildings has dropped dramatically. All right, that was an overview of lighting design and its ties to sustainability. In the next video, we're going to dig into some more of the science behind lighting and the different metrics that we use to measure it.